Hey everyone, and welcome. So let me ask you a question. What if the most valuable part of your product, the very thing that makes it feel like magic, is completely unprotected? Today we're diving into your app's user flow, your secret sauce, and why figuring out how to patent it is an absolute game changer. Seriously, I'm talking to all you founders, you engineers, you product people out there. That special something that keeps your users coming back again and again. Is it just sitting out in the open? Because if that magic is baked into your user flow, well, there's a really good chance the answer is yes. You see, the way a person moves through your app isn't just about pretty design or nice colors. It's way deeper than that. It's a core business asset. It's this carefully crafted experience that actually shapes how people understand what your system can do and how easy it is for them to get it done. Just think about the products you personally love to use. Sure, the technology behind them is probably brilliant, but for so many of the ones that really win, it's that simple, smart, intuitive interface that builds that loyalty. It's the flow that people remember, that they come to trust. A really great flow does so much more than just look good. It actively solves problems in clever ways, it helps people make fewer mistakes, and it makes decisions feel faster and easier. All of that is the result of very specific, very intentional choices you made. The way you guide a user or the way you handle a complex decision behind the scenes, that is the invention. Okay, so if these user flows are so incredibly valuable, why do so many attempts to protect them just fail? Well, the problem usually isn't the idea itself, it's all about how that idea is communicated. The truth is, a lot of these patent applications get rejected because they make a few really common and really critical mistakes. And here it is. The most important point you need to understand, a patent application isn't a design document, it's a story. And if the person reviewing it gets lost, if they can't follow the plot of your invention from start to finish, they don't just lose interest, they reject it. Plain and simple. Confusion is the absolute enemy. And this right here is where it all goes wrong. This is the communication gap. Founders submit what they're so proud of, these beautiful, polished, pixel-perfect mock-ups. But you have to remember, patent reviewers are not product designers. They don't need all that visual detail. What they need is a simple story. They need clear logic. They need to see obvious cause and effect. And that brings us to the solution. It's really all about a huge shift in your mindset. You have to stop thinking like a designer who's presenting to your team, and you have to start thinking like an inventor who is explaining your logic to a very, very specific audience. And this is your audience. A patent reviewer isn't sitting there judging your color choices or your fonts. They are looking for one thing, a new, non-obvious, and useful structure. They need to see the invention itself. And that means you have to put clarity and logic above everything else. If you only take one single thing away from this explainer today, please let it be this mantra. Say it with me. Protect the logic, not the look. Look, your UI is going to change. Colors, layouts, branding, it's all going to evolve over time. But the underlying behavior, that core logic that makes your experience special, that's what lasts, and that's what you need to protect. And this right here is that mantra in action. A simple, clean wireframe does something beautiful. It strips away all the decorative noise. It forces the reviewer to focus only on what actually matters, the structure, the steps, the behavior of your system. Believe it or not, it communicates your idea way better than that polished artwork ever could. Okay, so we've got the new mindset. We're thinking logic, not looks. So how do we actually do it? How do we take this complex, dynamic user flow that we've built and turn it into that clean, compelling story that a patent reviewer can easily understand and, hopefully, approve? Well, it really boils down to 5 pretty straightforward steps. First, every single screen or figure you show needs to have one single clear purpose. Just one. Second, you have to clearly show the cause and effect, the user's action and then the system's reaction. Third, get rid of all that decorative noise. Fourth, make the journey from screen A to screen B completely obvious. And finally, show the before and after to capture your system's intelligence. Removing noise isn't about making your drawings look ugly. It's about making them powerful. See, when you strip away all those extra elements, you naturally force the eye to the parts of the screen that define the behavior. The invention becomes the star of the show, making it pretty much impossible for the reviewer to miss the point. Now, showing cause and effect is one of the most critical parts of telling this story. And you do it by separating these moments into different frames. Don't just show the user tapping a button and the result on the same screen. No, show the before state, here's the screen, then show the after state, here's what happened. This lets the reviewer actually see the intelligence of your system in action. They see it respond.
And this is exactly why this whole approach is so future-proof. You aren't locking yourself into some old, outdated design. By patenting the structure of the experience, you're protecting an asset that's going to stay valuable no matter how many times you redesign your UI. The behavior is what's protected, and at the end of the day, that's what really matters.
So let's bring this all home. Successfully patenting your user flow isn't just some boring legal task you have to check off a list. It's a deeply strategic move. It creates a defensible asset that can become a really powerful weapon for you in the marketplace.
And the payoff here is huge. I mean, a well-protected flow lets you compete with bigger companies that might have way more engineers, but they can't legally just clone your core user journey. It gives investors real confidence, it lets you innovate without the fear of being copied, and ultimately, it secures a tangible, valuable asset for your company's future.
Let's just be absolutely clear on this one more time. This is not about freezing your product in time. It's about protecting that durable, intelligent logic that makes your user experience unique. You're protecting the why behind your design, not just the what it looks like today.
So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Your interface, right now, is telling a unique story. The story about how to solve a problem in a smarter, better way. The only question left is, who's going to own the rights to that story?